Bayonetta and Azura's Wrath are likely my favorite action games from the 7th generation. And while I did finish Azura's Wrath, I still have never finished Bayonetta, despite spending significantly more time with it across 2 consoles and on the PC. Well, let's talk about why I still think it's a great game. Firstly, I think the story is fairly decent. The noir theming and cutscenes blend well with the Amnesia storyline. The character dynamics aren't always the easiest to understand. While this makes sense in most contexts, as Bayonetta is trying to discover her past, at other times it doesn't always gel. I honestly hope that this is in part due to translation issues, but it is worthy of note. But there are also other significant themes that need to be discussed. Bayonetta as a character is a powerful witch that is enshrouded in femininity and embraces her sexuality. I think that Bayonetta as a game skillfully employs this allure to the historic precedent around the witch myth. Witches have historically been seen as mischievous or more promiscuous women. Some depictions have them promote lust amongst men, or even have sexual encounters with Lucifer himself. Even the beauty mark on her face would have been attributed to her contract with the devil if she were real in the witch hunts. This odd authenticity even extends to the enemies. The creatures from Paradiso closely resemble early Christian depictions of angels, who are specters to be feared by the worthy, yet oddly desired by those more depraved amongst humanity. I think that the overall artistic theme of Bayonetta is fairly solid, but I don't think that all of its visuals have held up particularly well. I think that the game looks better on Switch than the PC, though I'm not quite sure if it's because of the small screen advantage or because they had more time to optimize it for the console. And unfortunately, I can't test the validity of my opinion at this moment. Bayonetta herself still looks great, but some characters, vehicles, and environments look a little rough or jagged. But at least the music and voice work is still good. The gameplay is also really great. There are tons of combos and weapons that will blend with your playstyle and skill level. It has a really good flow to it and strikes a decent balance between feeling powerful while still requiring a struggle to overcome enemies. The game is quite challenging, but does offer a training type mode in the loading screens, which unfortunately have basically become redundant on the Switch and on my SSD. Bayonetta has also aged fairly well in regards to accessibility. The voice dialogue is available in Japanese and English, and the subtitle text is available in English, Japanese, French, German, Spanish, and Italian, as well as having a Steam settings option, which somehow may allow you to sync your Steam settings, which will hopefully allow you to display languages not listed, though I have no idea how it works, so you might just be limited to the already supported languages. There are also multiple difficulties. The game defaults to normal, which is quite challenging for me, and the main reason why I haven't finished the game yet, though it does offer 2 easier modes, and I assume harder modes upon completion of normal. Controls are also remappable on mouse and keyboard, but not the controller. It also has a reasonable level of convenience. The game is available on Xbox 360, One, PlayStation 3, 4, Wii U, and Switch, as well as being available digitally on Steam. It also has a reasonable settings menu, though it does struggle a bit with recognizing present resolution settings. But this is a fairly minor nitpick, and I failed to find any other bugs. I'd say that the overall experience of Bayonetta is really good and encourages getting better through its in-game rating system, as well as some costly shop items, but also allows for easier options for those who might struggle. I occasionally found it a little unclear on how to navigate through the levels despite playing it multiple times before, but found it intuitive for the most part. And I think that Bayonetta earns a solid decent, just narrowly missing on a must play. But let me know what you think about Bayonetta down in the comments below, check out my last video on Batman Arkham Asylum, and consider subscribing. Until then, this has been Rob the Slob, and I'll see you in the virtual commute.